My name's Andrew. I quit my corporate job to start a business in a foreign country, and behind me is the construction of my new 25,000 capacity chicken farm. In this video, we'll follow the progress of construction over the past month and finally welcome the arrival of all the equipment we saw get manufactured and shipped off in China. This has been a long project with many frustrating moments, but let's take a look at how things are progressing so far. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at the entrance of the new farm. If you recall last time, this was just a big pile of gravel, but now it has been flattened out into a reasonable road here. Honestly, a little better than I thought it would. You see all these trees taken down. There's probably Coconut City. See it back there? It's starting to look like a structure. It's per usual. We need to say hi to my homies. Hey bro, can I poke your nose? Poke. Jesus. Me and my homies. And you can see they're starting to dig out a canal here to go alongside the road. When we first got here, everything's so grown in, it's hard to really conceptualize what the property would look like after the land's been serviced a little bit, but you can start to see that there's some space here to build a little compound. Hopefully over the next few years we got ourselves a little something. Need to build a little barracks here for myself. Something with a bathroom and an office and whatnot would be nice. Here you see down, it's the river on the other side there. Small little river. It fills up quite a bit when it's raining. Men at work back there doing manly, masculine work on the side of the building. There's that bamboo scaffolding, no harness, no safety equipment, flip-flops, no helmet. This operation would be shut down in 10 minutes in Canada. But here it's just men at work. Oh, here we are. As you can see, the new wall has been up and constructed. Control room is built, and this is an all concrete building. You can have prefab siding, tarp siding. It's just more of a preference and cost thing, honestly. You can do a good grow in any kind of building. We did concrete largely because there was already walls here that were concrete, so we're just kind of building on top of what was already here. You can see everything's laid out nice and smooth, so soon it'll be ready to lay concrete flooring down and even everything out. Soon we're ready to welcome Manuk for our farm warming party, a good batch of Manuk. Should be fun. Come on guys, let's go take a look at the back. We got a young buck family member spying on us here. Since they do live out here, like sometimes they get you'll get like their wives out here. Sometimes their kids are living out here, so it's pretty crazy. There's some dedication here. So, but you see in the back wall, used to be a fully covered, but this is where the fans are gonna go. So we'll have 10 of them, like I've mentioned before. Original quote we got from the equipment supplier was 7. Spoke to a few other people and they said that's just not enough. So we opted for 10. 2 of them variable speed, just because, why not? Ceiling will be 2.1 meters tall, 65 meters in length, plus the control room, which is another 6 meters in length. So 71 meters total. And I think it is it 16 meters width or 12? I think, forget about it. We're only talking about the length here. Just like the landscape out here and how it rains in the winter. Like if you've never been to the Philippines in the winter, like, or you're from North America or something like that, like the rain is just, it's incredible how much it rains. It's insane. So if you don't have well-developed land to divert water to canals away from the building, then you get some serious flooding here. And you hear about that happening to a lot of farms, especially during typhoons and stuff. It's not just about the building itself, but the land infrastructure and how well that can handle copious amounts of water and rain. And you saw that with our wall down there falling out from underneath itself because the land just wasn't prepared for the typhoons and rain that were coming. This is pretty far away from where I live. This is like a 2-hour drive, which isn't crazy long, but if you're coming here every day, you're driving 4 hours a day and you have other work to do, then it's just, it's tough. So to have a little something out here with Wi-Fi, a roof, a bed, maybe a little kitchen would be pretty cool. We'll see in time. We'll probably have to develop the land a little bit more. Even the barracks down here is looking more developed. The new barangay. Soon we'll have to elect a captain for this barangay. And you can see on the side it's been flattened out. And you need space over here because this will be where we do the harvesting. The truck will come up on the side here, park, and then harvesters go in and out. Or we get the chicks and unload them in here. Things have moved rather quick. It only feels quick when you look back in time. It's when you're in the moment, it's like, damn, all this stuff takes so long, but it's actually been rather fast progress to get this up. I think we're like a month or 2 behind on this, but there's weather issues, and then it was honestly tough to get money here from Canada. So there was a few variables in play that were slowing things down, but now that we're rolling so you can see the progress and you can start to visualize what this property can look like and hopefully eventually become a nice compound. I've had the chance to visit a few farms, 6, 7 buildings on the property, and it turns into a big, pretty sophisticated compound, lots of employees, and it looks pretty sick. So we're hoping that this property can turn into something like that in time, and we can grow into more of a sophisticated business operation. So that's the plan, but we take it one step at a time, and our timeline here that we're looking at to achieve things like this is in the scale of years, not weeks, not months. So there's some patience required here, but as long as progression is moving forward, I'm generally happy with it. So let's see what we can do here. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. We're just about at the construction site here. I think this time we'll actually be able to drive up for the first time because the road should be finished right now. We're delivering some screws here. They're putting on the roof today before they lay down the flooring. So we are getting close to this building being done. This is the entrance here. Oh yeah. Look at that. It's crazy hot outside. Summer is here. This is panels for the roofing. See the concrete siding here. Looks like it's on its last stages of being done. We're just walking up to the front here. We see how the roof is getting up here. You guys might think that there's probably some machinery being used, but just 2 Filipinos. Let's take a look. Or 3. We're inside what will be the farm. I say every time, but it's facts. Here we are. You see all the trusses are put up now. You have space here for the 3 cooling pads. This will be 15 meters long, the cooling pads. Each bay here is 5 meters, and you have that on both sides here as well. So this will be the main area of control. This is where we'll have the window where we can look out into the farm. We'll likely have control panels and whatnot here. Control the fans, feed lines, maybe potentially the heaters. This is PE foam here that goes in the ceiling. Not much progress down below, but this will be storage and whatnot down there. So there's actually quite a bit of space in here, and probably the people that work at the farm will have good space down there to create a home to live in, which is also an important consideration when you're constructing these farms. It's where are your workers going to live, because typically they live on site, so you want to have a spot either attached to the farm or some other area next to it where they can set up home base and call home. Like I said, we're getting 10 ventilation fans, so they'll put essentially a frame with the concrete for each fan that'll slot in. It's nice now as we head into summer, although it's brutally hot. It's pretty dry. Like you can see the ground super dry, whereas 2 months ago it was pouring rain like every day, and it's typhoon season, and we had no land dev here, so the wall collapsed over there because the inside was flooding. This is certainly a better environment to be constructing things. And then you see the framing getting put up now. So unfortunately, our equipment got delayed by a couple weeks. It still hasn't shipped. When we went to China and it got loaded up, I thought it was shipping like within that week, but unfortunately it's not going out for another 2 weeks because there's been some delay at the port. But yeah, I don't know if that's necessarily going to hold up this building being done. We'll just see when construction's finished and then get that installed as quickly as we can once it arrives. They are still polishing off these concrete beams here for the fans, but you can see 1, 2, we're not going to count them, but there's 10 there. There's 10 bays. If there's not 10 bays, then Kuya Rodwell must have been here counting them. And you see the manual mixing of the concrete behind me. So I haven't spent too much time on construction sites in Canada or seeing concrete work done in Canada, but I would imagine it's not as manual as what you see here. It's just a big hands-on team here. We still have some work to do to develop this land so it's a better surface for trucks to actually come up, drive out, etc. So let's go take a look. Quick head turns. Let's go around. Follow me. It's like virtual reality there. As you can see, there's this big canal right there, so that'll have to get filled in to make it just a more accessible. So we're climbing up. This is what it looks like here, the new farm. Looks pretty cool from this angle. So you can see they're putting the roof on the roof, and we have the trusses up. Everything's pretty good. Let's hop up here. We get a more elevated view, but it is like, when I'm telling you it's hot, I mean, this is next level heat. I'm starting to fear for my safety out here. And it's important to note here, as things get completion, I'm just reflecting back on the process and how many people you have help you in a journey like this. Both, I mean, in every step of the process, you don't get things like this done by yourself. You have a bunch of people with a lot more experience that you try to lean on, who have fortunately been able to help guide me here, from moving here to setting up a business to getting construction started to abiding by the million different regulatory compliance requirements that are here in the Philippines. Like, it's really tough to navigate. So this isn't something where you just show up in a foreign country, think you're going to put up a business and compete in the country. Like, it's just unrealistic to have that expectation. You need to find your way into a network, find your way alongside people that have done it before and are familiar with the environment here to help you out. And there's been no shortage of people that have helped me get to where I am today. So this isn't a one-man show. This is behind the scenes. So many people lending a helping hand, being courteous with their time. So feeling very thankful and grateful for that, and how welcoming people have been here. We're here setting up new heaters, or we're testing them out from Gasolec here. They were kind enough to give us 20 of them that we're going to put in the new farm. Our man Rainier is distributing them. So we're about to spark it up here and test one out and see what it looks like. 2,000 bird coverage, each of these. We have 20 of them. We also have space heaters here, so we should have more than enough heating in the new farm. But I'm excited to see these spark up. It's always nice to see a new piece of equipment get sparked. There you go. How durable are these Gasolec heaters? Let's find out here. Good as new. You see it functioning there. We drop them and we stomp on all of them just to make sure they're up to par, and this one passes the test. There we are. Okay, we finished up with our man Rainier, distributor of Gasolec heaters. So he just dropped them off, looked at the farm, and he'll be back to install it. So we'll give him a call later. Oh, look, bad boy. Pig alert. He's eyeing us down. We'll go take a quick peek inside. Hopefully we don't get too wet. Buckho, this is broken for 5th time maybe. So we want to do a little more land dev here. Well, we have to, but some wires are broken on it, and that's just, you know, in line with expectations for this thing. Let's go inside. There's a lot of workers here, which is good to see. Here we are. Okay. Come on in to see the magic. This looks just about the same, but once you get the roof on here, it looks a lot more complete than it did. So it's actually really starting to come together. They finished the back area by the fans, so there's 10 clean slots in there to pop in our 50-inch cone fans and our 50-inch EC variable speed fans. So let's go take a walk back here. So you can see they're manually mixing the concrete still. And they have some marking. They have string across the ceiling here for where the ceiling will be. This will be the height of it, right there. It's tough to see. There's the startings of a canal to control any flooding here, and it's already kind of doing its job. We're now at the back of the farm. This is where the fans will go. But again, those fans will blow air outwards. I get some comments saying, you should put some vents or something on the fans to direct the air upwards. But what you don't understand is that the fans aren't blowing in, they're blowing out. The air comes in from the cooling pads. So if you're gonna put something to angle the air upwards, it would be at the cooling pads, because that's where air is actually coming in. You commenters out there, you better know what you're talking about before you come. I'm just joking, I'm joking. Yeah, I wore white shoes. It's been so dry out, and it was so sunny out this morning, but I'm regretting my choice now, which I should know. Every time I wear shoes at the farm, it's never a good decision. Come on, friends. You can see the building really well from this angle. With the new roof intact, it's a good stress test on the ceiling to make sure there's no leaks going on inside. So honestly, maybe it's a bit of a positive here, and we are inching forward one step at a time to getting this done. Again, it's taken a lot longer than I would have, you know, it always takes longer than you would have liked. There's always one more thing you need done. There's always one more, you know, piece of equipment you need. There's always one more repair that needs to get done. But we are inching our way towards the finish line, and it feels good. The container van is here, all the way from China. It's been several weeks now, and unfortunately we just saw it come in, tearing down some power lines that we're probably gonna have to pay to repair on the way in. They were literally like sparking up and smoking, which was good. Korea. We'll see this get unloaded. We're at a neighboring farm here where we're gonna keep it for the next few weeks until we're good to go. So we'll watch this Kuya drive this and see if anything exciting happens. This truck does not fit in spaces like this. Look at these big pups. God, these used to be little handbags and now they're all grown up, fresh from school. Did you learn anything, Nova? No. All the equipment looking a little more disheveled than it did when it was first packed up, but we'll get this unloaded. We got a team of Kuyas here. It's just like a harvest, but for equipment. We have the detailed packing list here of everything we're expecting. So once we get unloaded, we'll go through to make sure we have everything we need in the quantities that we should and that there's nothing missing. It's a nightmare finding these. PVC 32 water supply pipe. Cooling pads are here. That looks like the feeding line. Fan. Control panel. Space heater. Our 2 variable speed fans. These are our luxury purchase here. I'm nervous about this one. This one's scary. These are expensive. This is how they built the pyramids of Egypt, I think. 10 Filipinos. Okay, we're down to the last items here. Just the cooling pads. So not heavy, but they're pretty big. And there's a lot of them. All the glass wool insulation there, 80 rolls of it. We're gonna bring this straight over to the construction site there. There's some space for it. And then we're just still unloading these cooling pads here. There's so many of them. You can see the non-painted side and then the black paint on one side, which makes it more durable. There's green paint, which is apparently top-notch, but we took the middle ground here. We have finished unloading here. The warehouse is completely full. The cooling pads really, I mean, they're so light, but they take up so much space. This will sit here for a few weeks till the building gets done, and then we'll have to drag it over there. Nothing's damaged or broken or missing from what we can tell, so all good signs.